Hello, welcome back, Alexandrian Codex. I almost called this Terraria. God damn it, Stardew Valley. My brain's still not working well. I could stream Terraria, but God help me. Terraria is a great game. Playing it in college, my favorite thing to do in Terraria is and you really only know what I'm talking about if you've played the game, when you're just mining straight down, making a borehole into hell. And you do that by clicking the left mouse button and holding it down while your little dude just tick 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 mines. And you just slowly move your mouse cursor left and right, left and right, to knock out this tile, that tile, then you'll fall down a level. This tile, that tile, then you fall down a little bit lower. And you keep doing that until you just hit the bottom. I've fallen asleep doing that, and I have only woken up when my character has started screaming or going from being on fire. It's oddly pleasant game to just play and slowly fall asleep to. Ooh, do I have any goals for this session? The first 2 hours of streaming today have been pretty aimless, and God, it's been nice. But the corn has 4 more days, God, so it's probably going to be about in 8 days, yeah. It probably won't be until the end of this video that we see our first return on corn. We can go pick up the pickaxe today, so we can go get some more iron, hopefully. I don't have enough money. Well, is it 2,000 or 1,000 to upgrade a tool? I think it's 2,000. Or more? 5,000 maybe? We don't have enough to upgrade any tools, is what I'm saying. It's fine. I could cut down a lot of more trees. A lot of more trees for the wood. I'm feeling pretty ambivalent. I'll just see where the road takes us. 5,000? Yeah. I mean, I can open the wiki, right? All I need to do is Alt-Tab and type something in. So, in the time it's taken me to ask this question, I could have found the answer. And yet I'm still not looking it up. I'll find out. It's not a big deal. The first time I played through Stardew Valley, I was on the wiki constantly, just frantically checking every little thing. I have a fucking farmer's almanac that I made, essentially, of like, okay, on day 1 I need to have this much money, and day 2 I plant all of these in this formation so I can later put sprinklers here and this here and scarecrows here and it won't disturb my growing schedule and da 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 da. It's kind of fun to play Stardew that way. It's also, like, pretty fucking stressful. And feels a lot like a spreadsheet simulator at that point. Though, to be fair, that's what actual farming is like. Actual farming is full of meeting quotas and schedules and doing things on a pretty tight schedule. Yeah, Fallout Brotherhood of Steel is, isn't Brotherhood of Steel the first-person shooter? Am I wrong about that? It might not be Brotherhood of Steel, but there was a couple of first or third-person shooters for the original Xbox, I believe, for the Fallout franchise, that were not very popular. I've looked at playing them, but there are, to my knowledge, no ROMs available, and I'm not about to go buy... I'm not buying an original Xbox so I can stream a C-tier title. Maybe down the road, just not... definitely not in the near future. We've been talking about getting a new apartment or moving it to a different city completely, depending on a lot of factors. I've been talking about going back to school, and so I'm trying not to accumulate stuff right now. Though, to So the temptation is growing to switch out this boy for something that I can fit to a mixer better. Yeah, maybe. I really like a lot about Washington. But I have a habit. I grew up, my mom worked in finances, and she is a decent human being with ethics and morals who cares about people. So every time she found out the ways that a bank or insurance company was fucking over its customers, she would move on to one of their competitors. And essentially what that meant is every 2 or 3 years or so, we would have to move. So I've lived in... oh god, here, then here, then here, then here, then here, and there, then there, then there, then there, then there. Yeah, growing up, I lived in at least 10 different houses in 6 or 7 different towns or cities in 3 or 4 different states. I went to 2 different schools for college. Outside of where I went to school for college, I lived in a couple of different cities for short periods of time when I was going to college. Since leaving university, I've lived in 3 different cities. I've moved around a lot. Yeah, no joke, I would love to move to Canada if I could get citizenship, but I'm not that valuable of a laborer. I'm not saying that in a self-depreciating way. I'm not that valuable in my field. I'm a pretty dang competent critic and artist and designer and game designer, and I'm an okay programmer. I'm a pretty goddamn good curator. I'm really good at designing sets or facilitating gameplay and da-da-da-da-da. There's a weird association of things I'm good at, but I mean, would I sponsor me for citizenship? Maybe. You know, I'm very well aware I am far from the only American that wants to become Canadian. What do you mean it's locked? Clint! What the fuck? You're at home. It's open till 4 p.m., you motherfucker. I'm checking the map. Clint, you son of a bitch. Fuck you, Clint. Oh, he's at the luau. You're right. Oh, I'm not going to that. The luau just makes time fast forward and doesn't give me anything. Hey Jody, why aren't you at the luau? Housework is frustrating because you're never finished. The day after I sweep the floor, it's dirty again. This is forever now, Jody. Was that yesterday? Was the luau today? Either way, I'm ignoring it. I'm cutting down trees. No, I felt kind of bad. Right around when I started feeling better, Cora started getting sick. Like, hooray, I feel better, and you're dying. Oh no. Oh no. I kind of want to replant some of these trees, but I know they'll regrow on their own, so I'm not feeling a great need to. I'm gonna save the pine cones and seeds anyway, so if I do actually deforest the area, I can always come back and replant them later. You bastard. Yep. Well, that's what happens when you have a highly communicable disease and sleep right next to someone and spend a lot of time together. It's pretty easy to get them sick. I probably should have isolated myself on the couch and lived couch life for a week or so. I thought about it, but I still would have gotten her sick probably. Yeah, we actually do have a pretty good air purifier. So if I had just kept that between me and her at all times, the HEPA filter probably would have cleared whatever I was coughing into the air away from her. Now I think about it, I probably could have prevented her from getting sick with annoying amounts of effort, but not that annoying amount of effort. She works from home anyway, and she's very tough, so she's been fine. I'm really impressed by how much work she managed to get done when she was sick. When I was sick, I was like not very functional. Not very functional at all. Ah, that's rough. You think I'm tough? Yes? I tell you this. I tell you that you're strong, or that I'm proud of you, or that I'm impressed by how much work you've gotten done. And you are... I was AFK. Yeah, this isn't news. You hear this from me all the time. Now, okay. Tomorrow... So, I actually do feel really bad about getting sick, for two reasons. One... Oh god, that was playing it close. One, because I wanted to play, Pathfinder Kingmaker as soon as it came out. And obviously I wasn't able to stream doing that. Now, given how buggy the game has turned out to be, this isn't a great loss because I would have wanted to restart a few times, and I was kind of salty with how difficult the game was at first, for a variety of reasons. And if/when I start a Pathfinder campaign, I'll talk about that in more detail. I was feeling guilty about not streaming Pathfinder, but also, I just started the first EU4 campaign in a long time, and I promised, multiple times in the campaign, I'm definitely gonna finish this. And then I got sick, and then Paradox released an update that broke my save. So, I'm a filthy liar. I could, it is redeemable. I could roll the game version back and play it, but I might just have to start it over. The parasites are referring to the twins, Cora. Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo the Delhi campaign, I think. It was like pulling teeth to get me to play EU4 again, and now to get me to play EU4 again is... It's definitely pulling teeth. I've been trying to play EU4 on my own just to have fun, and I'll make it like a year into the game and just be like, bored, repetitive, not fun anymore. It's just not immersive for me anymore. I don't feel like I'm running a country. I feel like I'm balancing spreadsheets constantly, and... I'm intentionally not going to bed until that iron is done. I'm going to bed. Never mind, it has 40 minutes. So I'll get it in the morning. Good night, cat. No? Okay, can't pet you. I don't think you can pet the cat once it's asleep. I made very little money. Ha! Blaze it. Your copper pickaxe is finished. I know, game. I know, I wanted it yesterday. But you, cruel temptress, took it away. So, the way I've been watering this is doing the right-hand side, then the bottom rows. Yeah. And maybe I should be doing it from the top down. And the reason I should probably be doing it from the top down is I start out with a full watering can. So I should be watering everything at the top, because when I have to go refill the watering can, I have to go south, go to the bottom, and then if I had to walk all the way up, that would be a less optimal use of my time. Now, God knows, in the long run, I'm just gonna get rid of watering altogether and switch over to using sprinklers so I don't have to think about that, but... Give me the ancient fruit already. Just give me what I want. Give me the corn. I need money, game. And really, I want the seed maker so I can start transitioning to just popping out tons of ancient fruit. Even though that'll take about a year or two to switch over to growing ancient fruit all day, every day, it's still what I want to be doing right now. I may have to stop by the spring because I've miswatered enough of these. I may not be able to water everything without running out of energy. Is it uncommon for people to see corn in person? Not like the actual foodstuff corn, but the plants corn. Because I grew up where, like, there's a dumb joke that people made while driving around that, you know, what you saw out of the window was corn, 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 soybeans, corn, 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 soybeans. But I guess that's not the case everywhere, or even everywhere in my own country. Like, Cora was like, I've never seen corn in person. I'm like, whoa, ow, how? It's ubiquitous in my mind. I still saw people growing corn in Arizona, that's the thing. That's part of why I'm so confused. I went to school in Prescott, which is in northern Arizona. It's in the mountains, it's near, it's a little further south than Flagstaff, a little higher in elevation, I think. But even there, in some community gardens, there were people growing maize of some variety. Maybe not sweet corn, it might have been sweet corn. It's hard to tell. It was a bit arid for certain kinds of sweet corn, but indigenous peoples did grow corn in that part of the country. If I'm remembering correctly, corn or maize was originally indigenous to Central America, where it was eventually domesticated through the use of selective breeding, made into the giant thing that it is today. It started out tiny, tiny corn kernels. It was more reminiscent of wheat than it is of what we would recognize it as today. And then through the complicated trade networks that made up North, Central, and South America at the time, it made its way north to the East Coast eventually, where it was first encountered by European explorers. And explorers is a nice way of saying colonizers and imperialists. Well, iceberg lettuce and cantaloupe grow really well from water and very low nutrient, which is why they're grown outside of Yuma, because you can use, and the soil has really good drainage there as well, so you're not going to get a lot of problems with the roots. You can have your big sprinklers out there and keep them somewhat shaded and they'll grow fine. Corn does need a bit less heat and a bit more water retention in the soil. But I wasn't seeing it grown industrially. I mean, it was like in people's backyards. That's amazing. A bunch of moose charge a semi-truck and walk away perfectly fine. Badass. I've seen one moose in my life. One. And that's it. And that was, oh god, in upstate New York, I think? Maybe? I've also seen mountain lions in the wild, and coyotes, and wolves. And I've never seen a bear in the wild. I've seen scorpions and all kinds of poisonous snakes, but I've never seen a bear in the wild. I don't want to see a bear in the wild. Yeah, it was weird. It was upstate New York, so right along the border, not southern New York. Ooh, there we go. It's been a while since I saw one of these. I must be going to the wrong parts of the map for where they spawned. What do I want to do? I guess I'm still cutting down trees, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut down the trees up here. Ah, shit. I think I already did. The madman, he's already done it. That's what I get for not paying attention. Yeah. Dang. Well, my master plan was to cut down stuff over here, then go back down south. I need to pick up my pickaxe. And I'm going the long way around. Ah. Yeah, I know. That's why it was impressive that I saw one moose at all. I've seen tons of deer in my life, but white-tailed deer, for the most part, was what I've seen. And I only know that because I was born in Kentucky, and the majority of my family down there engage in hunting. I don't really get the point of, because you don't need it to survive, and you're not even driving them off of your crops, you're just doing it for sport. That seems like a really shitty thing to do. Whatever. Oh my god, it just turned 4 p.m. Fuck you, Clint. Fuck you. If I had taken the shortcut, I would have gotten here in time. Ah! I have no one to blame but myself. Hunting is secession in Canada is 100% legal. Oh. I'm sure secession must be heavily frowned on in the United States, but I don't know if it's actually illegal. There must have been something written after the Civil War forbidding secession, or at least severely restricting the abilities of states to secede. I.e. Canada, Quebec can fuck off. Hey! Higher level of foraging. Weird. Yeah, I should really know if secession is legal in the United States. I'm sure it's technically legal, but the process has been made so, outrageously difficult that it's functionally illegal. Or functionally impossible to accomplish in a legal manner. Now, we didn't fight a war because of secession. That wasn't what the war was about. That was part of what the war was about, but most of the war was about cotton and slavery. Mostly cotton and the cotton trade, but slavery was a necessary part of that. The North later revised as saying, oh yeah, we fought to free the slaves, but that's not what we were doing. We were fighting to keep the cotton revenue and the tax revenue from the cotton trade, which was facilitated by slaves. So the North, the Union, around the time of the Cold War, no, the Civil War was pretty reprehensible. Like, part of it was like, no, we're abolishing slavery, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. But mostly it was like, yo, you have to stay in this country and abide by our rules. There's an unfortunate amount of people out there that will say, the war was about states' rights! And it kind of was, but it was mostly about the slaves and the cotton. Mostly the cotton, though. Most people in the North didn't want slavery in the North, but so long as it got the country money from people in the South, it was very NIMBY politics, not in my backyard style politics. Like, well, if it's not happening here, and it's benefiting me, I guess I don't really care about it. While you did have some agitators, the majority of people just wanted to not cause a fuss over it, and not fight a war over it. They just wanted the South to quit freaking out and panicking and shut the fuck up and just go along with it. God, I wish I had the pickaxe. Yeah, the revisionist history of, like, the North fought for freedom is kinda correct. It was about slavery, just, it was about a little bit more than that. It was about the economics of it more than it was about the social value of it. Now, I'm not saying that in, like, the South was right kind of way. The South was clearly in every way in the wrong. But the North were doing the right thing for all the wrong reasons. Well, it'll cripple the economy of the South and make us more politically dominant. And, the South wants to sell cotton their way and not give us our fair share of it? Well, maybe not. The South was right. Alexandrian Codex 2018. Nope. Nope. I grew up in enough parts of the country that people unironically said that. Fucking idiots. Kentucky wasn't even a part of the Confederacy, you dipshits. Kentucky fought for the Union. It was a swing state. Some people from Kentucky fought for the CSA, some people fought for the Union, but the majority fought for the Union. I did a survey of a graveyard in Prescott that had Confederate soldiers buried in it. There are many Confederate flags in that graveyard. I had some awkward feelings about that. I am 100% behind destroying, demolishing, and disavowing monuments made to honor Confederate soldiers. Or any slave owners, really. That's right, tear down the Washington Monument. I'm game for it. I don't feel like that should be a controversial opinion. Oh no. No, I gotta get home by midnight. Fuck. Fuck. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. It's fine. 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 Like 20 seconds. Hey, we finally have lightning rods. A little late. $2,000. Alright, wow, we actually made a decent amount. Just from picking up random shit. More rain, hell yes! It's gonna be stunning tomorrow though. Boo! Is this the last day? No, we get a couple more days in us. Good. Nope, orange one. Eat that. Eat. I already have 2 stacks of wood. Hell yeah! What do I want to do? I want to go mining. When does this shit open? 9 in the morning? 9 in the morning. Okay, I'm gonna go south. I'm gonna go pick up foraging shit. And then I swear to God, Clint, better let me in your fucking shop or I'm gonna chop down that. No, I'm gonna complain about it. Because that's my only recourse. I can't break into your shop, regardless of how much I want to. The presence of Canadian volunteers in the South also makes some sense if you remember that the War of 1812 wasn't that long before the American Civil War, and that although Canada won the War of 1812, there were still some hard feelings about it at the time. Yeah, they got to burn down the White House, but That could have motivated certain people into action as well. Okay, it's already almost 9. I'll cut down one more tree. No, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna get there first thing. We're gonna go to the mines, and we'll be happy. Damn it. I need more shit to sell. Well, 1 was kind of misleading. You didn't lose the war. Yeah, but it's just... It was technically a white peace, right? Nobody really won, nobody really lost. Except you burned down our White House and we didn't make any progress invading Canada, so I think it's fair to say the Canadians won the War of 1812. Yeah, you didn't get Maine and the other shit you wanted, but you also fought off, like, 3 ground invasions? 2 invasions. The first one was actually kind of substantial, the second one was sort of half-assed. You burned our capital to the ground. You won. That's a Mongol victory, man. If Genghis Khan would have won that way, you can claim that way. Yeah, but... I don't know what the casualties were like, actually, in the War of 1812. It's the same thing to us. Yeah, it'd be a very different world if either side had had a resounding victory. A lot of it was Americans going, well, we just won the War of Independence, and we kicked the British asses in that war, even though we didn't. We really didn't. We barely won our War of Independence. And taking that stupid gung-ho attitude and going, well, definitely, we can beat Canada. We beat them before. And then the Canadians going, no. No. Fuck you. And driving us off. There was one fort in particular that got occupied and reoccupied like 3 or 4 times. You heard of Kingston on the Loch? No, because you bastard on the lake, you bastards burned it. I actually have heard of it. What? Oh, it's a place in Canberra. Is it Detroit? Really? And I thought it was further north than that, but the thing... It's been a long time since I paid any attention to that war. It was only like, wow, no, it was a good 200 years ago now. You want a pike for toothaches? You're a bad doctor. You're a horrible doctor, Harvey. Fish do not fix toothaches. In what world do fish fix toothaches? Fish oil doesn't do anything. Also, fish oil is, like, horrible for the environment, apparently. Imagine that! It's got omega vitamins, but it's also, like, really bad for the environment. Are they called omega vitamins? Omega-3, omega... Is that called a vitamin, or is that considered a mineral? That's considered a mineral more than it is a vitamin, right? It's probably like a salt-spice differentiation thing. It's dumb terminology. I think I had an argument with Cora when we first started dating about if spice is if salt is a spice. It's technically, I think it's a seasoning and not a spice here. Let's see. Salt. It's a mineral. Ooh, that's very diplomatic language used to describe it. Edible salt. An essential elements. Okay, alright. Is salt a spice? In my mind, spices have to be derived from plants. A spice is seed, fruit, root, bark, or plant substance used for flavoring, coloring, or preserving food. So spice, goddammit, salt is not a spice, salt is a seasoning. Mineral, yeah. It ain't from a plant, so it's not a spice. Seems like a really arbitrary distinction, but, well, most distinctions are. Almost every distinction is arbitrary, to be truthful. Yeah, it's knackle. It is a... what was my order? Was this my order? No. Was this my order? Is this your card? I think this was my card, yeah, okay. 1 p.m. That's probably enough time to fuck around in the mines a little bit. Little bit. It's so nice to not be sick. It's like most things in life, you don't properly appreciate something until it hurts or it's broken, and then when it goes back to not being broken, it's so much better. Like, you don't appreciate how nice it is not having a toothache until it's gone. Or a headache, good god. The feeling when, like, a 2-day migraine finally goes away is just like, oh yeah! I'm normally a happy, functional person, or at least, you know, not a miserable person. This is nice! Got about 20 minutes left. I think we can maybe squeeze in another day. Maybe. Because I'd really like to be able to sell at least some plants, instead of just having one night of just watering plants, mining, watering plants, mining. It's a pity you can't change your birthday suit. No, that's different. I guess it is a pity that you can't change your birthday suit, but I meant it's a pity you can't change your swimsuit. Because you can change your other attire. Well, maybe you can. Maybe the color's derived from your pant color. I don't know. Okie doke. Oh god, I'm only halfway done. Yeah, it's possible to make some changes to your birthday suit, but that wasn't exactly what I was talking about. It'd be very nice just to be able to go in a character editor and change what you look like. in real life, just open up a, like, move this slider up, move that slider down. Of course, that would make any process of law fucking impossible, and any sense of identity really fluid and nuanced and insubstantial. I'm ready for that world. I'm ready for that transhumanist, non-material world. Meat bodies overrated. Yeah, just have tattoos that you can add or remove at will. Yeah, that would be super sweet. Like shit, I would be so happy just to be able to hit a switch and trigger hair on and off. Like some days, I like having my stupid curly hair. Other days, it feels like it's killing me, and I want it dead. I want it off of my face. Today I'm kind of ambivalent about it. It doesn't look amazing today, but it doesn't look horrible either. Yeah, I just don't grow out my facial hair because I don't like how it feels. I don't like when I'm talking, if I can feel my mustache, it's too long. If I'm eating and I can accidentally bite down and have facial hair in my mouth, not Nah, too much. Gotta go. As long as it's on my face and I can't really tell, it's fine. But as soon as it starts getting itchy or frustrating or builds up oils too much, it's gotta go. The only time I've really tried to actually grow out my facial hair was when I was, oh, I don't know, 17 was probably the last time I tried it. Since then, I've mostly gone for I shave at least once every 2 weeks kind of thing. No, I'm killing these little fluff balls for 2 reasons. 1, they drop coal. 2, we'll get a quest later on in the game that requires we kill a shit ton of them. And I'm just trying to get some work done on that ahead of time. Really, the same thing goes for slimes and everything else I've been seeming like I'm going out of my way to kill. Just because I'll have to do it later. I might as well do it now. Yeah, I can probably fit in another day. Probably. I might not be able to stop in at the sauna to get it cut done in time, but that's okay. Midnight isn't a hard stop for me. Ugh, God. But it's fine. It's fine. Oh my god, die! Please? And hit me. No. 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 Go away. There we go. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. There we go. I miss, if you're unaware, ooh, coffee. So coffee's interesting. When you grow it, makes more beans. So you basically grow coffee to make more coffee to make more coffee to make more coffee. And eventually you can sell some, but really coffee's most profitable, not if sold, but if turned into, you guessed it, coffee. And the coffee is sold or given as gifts. But am I going to grow any? Probably. But that's for future Alex to determine, because I barely have enough energy on a day-to-day to water all my crops, and I don't want to be running to the sauna every day just to do the bare necessities. The simple bare necessities. Let me pet you. I already pet you today. Alright, we're good. Sleep for the night. Hey, we can transmute into iron. Hey. Sort of useful. Oh! New achievement, Cowpoke, 50k. What? 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 Also, I'm earning achievements? Where the fuck are the achievements? Map? Okay. Crafting, collections, achievements. Here we go. Oh, alright. Is there a reward for this? No, doesn't look like it. Alright. I was trying to pull up the Steam menu, and this is running on a modified EXE, so it's not running on the stream. Oh, it's not running on Steam, so my playtime isn't being recorded as being Stardew Valley. Interesting. No, Pam, I'm not gonna get you booze. Go to the store. You live, like, right next to ChocoboMod. And also, Pam, if you're thirsty, beer and alcohol are just going to dehydrate you more. If you're looking to fight dehydration, drink some fucking water. You don't live in the Middle Ages, it's safe to drink, it's fucking free. I think I had a dream. He runs to the ancient fruit. Yes! My baby! My precious baby! Store this. I had a dream not so long ago that involved just being in a hot tub. That was nice. If you ever get the chance, if you live somewhere where there's snow, I highly, highly recommend spending time out in the snow in a hot tub. It is amazing. It's also, like, pretty hard on your body to go through extreme temperatures like that, but it's very pretty to just be in this hot, steaming bath of sorts and have snow falling all around you, run out, roll around in the snow, jump back in the incredibly hot water. It's worth doing. It's very romantic, it's very pretty, it's quite magical. And if you're drunk while you're doing it, well, Lord, it's all much better. And again, even worse for your body, so seriously, probably exercise more restraint than we did. We did as dumbass kids after a rave? I think? No, not after a rave. I think we were out drinking at Irish pubs all night. Alright? Man, it's a real blur. My time in Boston, spent with friends, is a real fucking blur of just, like, drink at this bar until we get kicked out, drink at that bar until we get kicked out, and I was not the reason we were getting kicked out of the bar. It was all the drunk Irishmen I was drinking with, which is a hell of a way to drink, man. A hell of a fun community to drink around. Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't remember. It was fun. Can't remember any of it. Ah. I'm very appreciative that fall has started settling in the Pacific Northwest. Done with all that sunny day garbage. Every day here is cloudy, kind of drizzly and rainy, and for me it is just perfect. Nice and cool, wet, calm. There's less tourists around because it's not nice weather to be here anymore. So I don't have to tell random people directions. One of my least favorite things about going into work when it's super touristy out, especially on Sundays, because there's a Sunday market in my neighborhood. It's just like, excuse me, do you know the way to this thing? Like, I do, but are you paying me? Like, why? I don't want to tell you where it is. I'm not obligated. You're eating up my time, for which I should be getting paid right now. I don't want to give you directions. What? Google it, motherfucker. I've worked at a hotel desk before, which is part of my aversion. Like, I've been paid and employed to do that sort of work before, and it can be kind of annoying and frustrating when people are especially dense or especially lost. So if I'm not getting compensated for it, I'm a bit wary about doing it. Now, people from the United States need directions when they're not from their tiny homes. They get so lost. Older people get lost so easily. And my advice mostly comes down to, have you used Google Maps? Use Google Maps. Google lives here. The fucking Google offices are a block away. They have this pretty well mapped out. Trust Google Maps. Well, back home, I have to use this map service because I don't care. I don't care. You're in Seattle. Use Google Maps. It's better than anything else. Here. Like, oh, what restaurants are good around here? Have you used Yelp? No. Why haven't you used Yelp? Yelp is like asking a random stranger their opinion, but you're asking like thousands of random strangers their opinion and getting all the answers collated and pushed together to give you really easy to look at data, and then you can sort by things that are important to you. Don't ask someone like, what's good around here? Dude, it's the city. Everything's good around here. We don't have businesses that just stay open out of, you know, momentum. Here you actually have to have something good because there's 5 or 6 other businesses trying to do the exact same thing you are, and if you're not the best, you're gonna die out. So what pizza place is good? None of them. Order Domino's? No, there's a couple good beef dishes here. Most of the pizza in our neighborhood's okay. But like, oh, is there any good Thai food around here? Like, dude, there's like 3 places in the neighborhood that are great. Pho? There's like 3 in the neighborhood that are good, 1 that's pretty good. I was thinking American food, but then go home. No, there's a couple of those that are pretty good in the neighborhood. I'm especially wary when customers ask me what bars they should go to. Because I live in the neighborhood that I work in. And I don't want to send bad guests to any businesses in the neighborhood, because I might want to go to those businesses at some point. If I'm sending shitty drunks to a bar, I don't want them to know it was me. Back when I worked at the hostel, I used to do that all the time. I'm like, oh yeah, if I thought someone was annoying or a shitty person, I sent them to like my least favorite bar in the neighborhood. Like, oh, you should definitely go here. And people who I actually liked were like, oh, my favorite place is to go here and get this and this and this. So if you like that, you should try that. The animosity towards that one bar was not one way. I went there with hotel staff, or hostel staff at one point, and they kicked all the dudes out, but let the chicks stay at the end of the night when they were closing up, and like, real fucking skeevy there, guys. Maybe we're never coming back to this place again. Yeah, well, it's not like any of the bars in our neighborhood are really starving for business. My neighborhood's a fairly popular college drinking spot. We don't have any clubs or anything, and we're not exactly in the college or university district, so we have to drive a while to get here. But things tend to be pretty busy. We have bars that are literally just houses that people set up a brewery in. And they're pretty good. I can't talk when I'm waiting for the pets. It's just timing. I don't know if this is a particularly odd thing or a particularly noteworthy thing. It probably isn't. but when I visit cities, I go way out of my way to make it look like I'm not a tourist. Like, Cora and I visited Chicago this summer. This spring, really, the end of spring, right at the beginning of summer. Memorial Day weekend, I think? Was that right? Memorial Day? It wasn't Labor Day, right? It was Memorial Day? I think? God, I can't remember. Whatever. It was one of the two. It was whichever of the two was earlier on in the year. I had a ton of fun. But I made sure to mention to anyone who asked if we were from out of town that I used to live around there. Because I did. And mostly I'm like, I'm not a tourist. Please don't treat me like a tourist. I'm not a tourist. I swear to God, I know. I'm cool, man. I'm cool. Dude, pizza from Chicago's best pizza. Though, to be real, Cora was sick most of the time we were there, so we only got deep dish once. And it was okay. We went to Giordano's, but we didn't go to the original Giordano's or my favorite Giordano's. We went to a third one I had never seen before, and it was fine. It was fine, but it was feeling a bit chainy. If I were to go back, I'd be a bit more particular and cautious, I think. Deep dishes. Fuck you, deep dishes. No. Yep, that's the truth. Flatbread pizza's just flatbread. It's not pizza. The sauce is what makes pizza pizza. And yeah, New York style is garbage. It's just cheesy bread. New York style pizza is absolute trash. It's the most disappointing thing going into a fucking deli in New York or a tiny pizza shop and getting a slice, and it's just like, hey, it's flavored cardboard. It's flat and it has like no sauce and no cheese and I want a pie. It is a pizza pie, not a pizza piece of fucking bread. It ain't a pie. Get it away from me. New Yorkers are particularly elitist about what does and does not constitute a pizza. I will recognize New York style pizza as pizza, just not as a kind of pizza I like. And for further controversy, I like pepperoni on pizza. I think that... shit, pepperoni on pizza? Wow, controversial opinion, Alex. I like pineapple on pizza. I think that anchovies are terrible. Mushrooms are not for me. See, I didn't say they were bad. I said they were not for me because Cora likes mushrooms and I know better than to start a fight on this. Oh shit, it's 11. I need out of here. Slimes, you gotta do me a favor and die real quick. Like, die. Just real fast. Real fast. There you go. Thank you, buddy. I gotta get... Pick up the Tundra Boots. Ah, they're trash, aren't they? Yeah, I picked up Tundra Boots. They're not trash. However, these are now. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Yeah, I guess Cora hasn't had real Chicago-style pizza either. So you like pineapple on pizza. Yeah. It's better. Cooked pineapple or baked pineapple is fucking delicious. You get that sweet, tangy flavor, but you get a little bit of char in there. Not char so much as you get a little bit of that toasted flavor cooked in there, and hot damn, that is a good time. And if you disagree with that, perhaps you should develop a more nuanced palate. There's nothing wrong with a meat lover's pizza, I guess, if you like boring things in life. I'm intentionally jumping back and forth between being reasonable and being confrontational. Everybody, you can like whatever you like, so long as you recognize that it's trash. This needs to be donated, so I'll hold on to one of these. This needs to be donated, but the rest of this shit I can sell. Sell this, and I guess sell this. And that's it. That's it for today. I'm going to bed. We're putting in a cut, because, oh, wow, we're just 6 seconds over the hour, huh? How about that? I did a good job recording on time today. Even though I'm really out of habit. Hey, leveled up. We're never going to build that item. 5 more HP. Woo. Lutefisk. Yeah. I do need to broaden my palate with some Lutefisk. And probably be horribly ill after eating it, but, you know. Alrighty, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Twitter, if you're watching on Twitch, Twitter, if you're watching on Twitter, I'm really impressed because I don't link nor upload these to Twitter. This is the end of the night. I am regaining my sanity after a couple weeks of working a shit ton and being sick the rest of the time. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be starting or restarting that EU4 campaign, or maybe a different one, I don't know. I'm going to keep playing Stardew Valley because this is really soul-cleansing gameplay. I'd love to start a new Pathfinder campaign, but right now there's some really bad bugs for it, so we might have to wait until those bugs have resolved before I'll jump into it. Also, it's like a shit ton of reading, so I might have to take that slow. And there's some other games that are coming out that are interesting, but stop by tomorrow. In the meantime, make sure to comment, share, like, subscribe, etc., etc., etc. You know the deal. Alexandrian Codex on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, LiveJournal, Instagram. Like, just go like all the pages. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.